We learning, we studying. All right. Welcome to another episode of the Rosie and Gabby podcast. And today we have Big Drift, okay?
What's up?
The real and only Drift, okay?
Yeah, for real, because it's some imitations, knockoffs.
Hella imitations.
Yeah, very much so. But
they tried to do it before.
Yeah.
But they can't be you.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody you. And, I mean, not for nothing, you have a ton of accomplishments. But let's start at the beginning. So I know before we started, taping and everything, we were talking about your upbringing. You being from East Orange, you repping hella hard.
Yeah.
Okay, shout out to East Orange.
Shout out to East Orange, please. Shout out to East Orange.
Yes. But your parents are actually from Ghana, so that's where your roots come from. That's where your upbringing comes from.
Entire family from Ghana.
Okay.
And then I was the first one to be born in the United States in the entire family out of all the children. So my two sisters, rest in heaven to my sister Wheat and her. Shout out to Bobby. Yeah, so that's how that went.
Okay. That's what's up. And then you started writing poetry at the age of 9.
Yep, like 9 years old. It was raps for sure, but I had to tell my parents it was poetry. They didn't like rap, so I said it was poem, but it wasn't poem.
Okay.
Yeah, they wasn't with no rapping. Yeah, so my grades went out up to par, so I had to tell them it was poem.
Okay. So how did you go from kind of like starting your rap career, with your writing, to fast forward to you're in music videos with DJ Khaled, you're regularly on BET Jams, dropping hit after hit. So what was that process? How did you end up like convincing your parents that rap was what you really wanted to do?
I just stopped caring.
Okay.
Yeah. When they saw like I'm still gonna do it anyway, my mother got behind me. She paid for studio. My dad was resistant all the way up until I got on BET Freestyle Friday. When I got on there and I started winning, he's like, "Oh, I always knew you could do it." I was like, "Now you know I could do it." You know what I'm saying? But that showed them that I knew I was on the right track. So from then on, I just stayed consistent. It was a very difficult road, a lot of pitfalls and a lot of setbacks, but I never quit. So.
And speaking of Freestyle Friday, I mean, you were there when it was at its peak.
Yeah.
You were coming on, ripping guys down, winning shit, killing shit.
I was trying.
I mean, and it was epic, not for nothing. And I think that when like the difference between this generation and your generation in terms of rap is the fact that back then you had to prove yourself.
You had to really rap.
You had to really be able to rap. You had to really be able to come up with something right off the top of your head.
Yeah.
And so what was that experience being on doing the BET freestyle?
Before I got on, it was terrifying because if I know it was I thought it was live. It wasn't live. It was taped. Okay. But if I messed up, everybody was gonna see it. So
wait, it wasn't live? Never knew that. I'm like, wait.
You take my episode on. I knew you guys were today years old when you found out. But
right.
They take mine on Wednesday, and it came on Friday, so I would know 2 days in advance.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. I was today years old. I never knew that. I always thought because it seemed so real that it, you know what I mean, so live that it was like, okay, this is authentic.
Freestyle Friday was taped on Wednesdays.
Yes. And even like freestyling in front of a live crowd of like
that was the hard part because regardless they're gonna see it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't get busy, you're finished. So I made sure I showed out every time. So.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
And so in terms of seeing your actual real quick, you did a show with Big Pun.
Yeah, I did.
And so can you talk about that experience? Like, how did you end up doing a show with Big Pun? I mean, it's huge. I don't know if a lot of people know that about you.
Yeah, I actually headlined with Big Pun. Actually, this is before Freestyle Friday. I don't even know how the hell it happened. But I was on the marquee. I'm like, oh, okay. And I think I went right before Big Pun. It was cool. He's a very cool guy. He's hilarious.
Wow.
He sat down half of the performance. Then he'll get up, kick a few bars, and go back, sit down, rap a little bit, and get up and stuff. He was doing that.
Wow.
I love Big Pun. I always thought he's grossly underrated.
Mm-hmm.
When they mention the top 5, I never hear his name.
Yeah, that's very true.
That's a crime. He's better than 99.9% of the rappers.
And he started a lot of it too.
Yeah, the lyrical stuff and all that, you know, and still doing it on a fly beat. He did that, and for some strange reason, they never mentioned him. So, I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, I mean, I think the problem with a lot of people who are into hip hop nowadays is they don't do their history.
No, they
So
definitely
it's, they think that artist is original. They think that sound is original.
Like everything dates back. You know?
Right.
My favorite rappers were inspired by somebody before that, and they emulated that style.
Right.
That I grew to love. So they got to do their history for sure.
Absolutely. And in terms of you opening up, I mean, well, doing shows, you actually opened up for Art of Rap Tour. So that had DMX on that, Mobb Deep, and so many more major artists.
That was crazy.
So what was that experience like? I mean, meeting DMX, like...
Yeah, no, we couldn't get to DMX. We tried. But he had security like Joe Biden. You know? You couldn't get to DMX. You know, I wanted to go say what's up, but I guess my face didn't look welcoming, so security definitely formed a wall.
Wow.
But it was a blessing. I hadn't been on stage in years and years and years, so I went and got the biggest WWE championship belt I could find.
Yes, I see the gold-plated diamonds. I'm like, okay.
Because I want them to remember me. You know what I mean? I want them to be like, yo, the guy with the belt though.
Right.
And that's the word I heard. Like, yo, the dude with the belt went crazy. So, you know, shout out to Rick the Kid. He put me on the show with them. I wasn't slated to be on the tour.
Okay.
One of my guys fought to get me on. So shout out to Tariq.
That's dope. Shout out to Rick. I know that's right.
Yeah.
And not only do you rap, but you also actually make art as well. So you range from spray paint, watercolors, as well as micro pen. I mean, you kind of have a variety in terms of...
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. We do our
research. That's crazy. Yes, ma'am.
But yeah, so I wanted to talk to you a little bit about that. And I know you have a couple art pieces with you.
Yes, we need to see.
Not talking about your beautiful wife right here, but behind her.
Check this out, guys.
Yes.
Look at this.
That is amazing.
Beautiful.
And so can you talk about these pieces and the techniques that you actually used in order to create them?
This one in particular, I remember, this is actually inspired by my baby sister. I mean, she passed away July 30th last year, and when she was in the hospital bed, she had something wrapped around her head like this, or whatever. So her image stayed in my mind. I was like, if I paint something similar, you know what I mean, she take the pain away, and it helped. Actually, so
wow,
this was actually painted in 10 minutes at my pop-up shop.
No way.
He painted it on the spot.
That's beautiful.
This is inspired by my little sister.
Wow.
We love you, girl.
That's right. That's right.
And then this one, it's an artist on Instagram. He painted this originally. His name is Duga, I believe. Duga Art.
Okay.
And I saw it, and it stunned me, you know. So I was like, I wanted to try my own, but I used a different technique. I used spray paint. And then I put black acrylic and white over it. So I spray painted the canvas red, and I embellished it with black and white and a little additional red acrylic over the spray paint. So.
Wow, that is beautiful.
That's fire.
Thank you so much. Thank you so very much.
And I love your signature, by the way. I think that's
I love it too.
Yeah, I love your signature.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And so in terms of your artwork, I mean, in terms of like your actual pieces, they range from pieces like Nipsey Hussle, you do DMX. I was talking to you guys earlier about the Lauryn Hill, which is my personal favorite. But then I thought it was dope that you used your platform to create a piece about Breonna Taylor as well.
Yeah.
And so can you talk a little bit about your inspiration in terms of who you pick and why you draw those specific people?
That's a very dope question. I just, whatever moves me.
Okay.
You know, and I express my view, or that's just like me sending my love out to the universe. Like, you know, like, I feel your pain. I'm sorry that your family got to endure this and all that. I want to help everybody, but I can't.
Right.
My mother like, oh, you can't save the world, you know. And I'm not trying to, but I just want to, you know, be some kind of asset one way or another. So that's just my frustration of pain.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries.
No, absolutely. I think one of the biggest things that tells you a lot about the artist is their actual inspiration. You know what I mean? What moves you as an artist, and then also ways that you express yourself. So I thought it was dope that not only do you make black art, but then you make different types of black art. You know what I mean? Like I said with the spray paint, but then also I thought it was interesting that you did watercolors. That's an art form that you don't really see as much either. So is that tough with the watercolors? I mean, how do you execute that?
It's funny. Watercolor. I used to watch Bob Ross on TBS, the white gentleman with the afro. He was a painter, and I just thought he was the coolest man alive. You know what I mean? But we couldn't afford oil paint, so all I could get was watercolors.
Okay.
So I started painting with watercolor. So when I do it now, people think it's like hard. Like, nah, that's all I ever had was watercolor. Now I can afford like oil, acrylic, everything. But that's just how I started.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so for a lot of the young artists out here, is that like the best way to kind of get your start in terms of painting?
That's the most affordable way.
Okay.
You know, oil paint costs a bit, as well as the turpentine to clean the oil. Acrylic is not very expensive at all. You know, that's what I use primarily. So, but beginning artists definitely, I would say watercolor for sure. Yeah, that's the most easily accessible item.
Definitely. I remember doing watercolors back in the day when I thought I could paint. And I mean, no, like I'm that friend. Okay, so I have my friend Demi is super talented. She's an artist out of Philly, and so she's done different exhibits and stuff like that. And so I was that friend that would paint as she was like drawing a masterpiece and doing this beautiful thing. And I'm just like throwing shit together like, all right, I think this is a tree. This is my mood for the day. Circles and different colors and shit. So, you know, but it's very expressive. It's very, very therapeutic.
That's the word.
Yeah, therapeutic.
That's what I do it.
Yeah.
Primarily.
Fact.
And then you also offer lessons to other people, so you do paint and sips as well.
Yeah.
So what are those events like? What made you get into paint and sip?
That's a good question. I don't even remember. All I know is I was in front of 30 people one night. I said, how the hell did I get here? You know what I mean? I can't even remember how I started doing it, but then I love doing it. So I'm trying to find a storefront now so I can just have my own every night.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the most difficult part, like with location and everything.
Right.
I'm trying to do that.
Finding the venues for it.
Finding the venue. You need parking. Like if the parking ain't right, it's a waste of money. So that's the difficult part.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because like a lot of people are getting into the paint and sips now. So that seems to be like a huge new thing to like.
Yeah, new energy. So I definitely want to be a part of that. Plus I love to paint anyway. And sipping. Like who don't want to sip and
Do
paint?
it.
Yeah, that's a beautiful combination right there. So yeah, let's capitalize off of it.
Well, definitely let us know the next time you have a paint
Definitely.
and
I will.
sip.
Trust me, I'm gonna tag you guys.
Yeah,
on it.
I'm gonna bring all my friends. I know my homies like to paint
Yes.
too.
Yeah,
Okay.
bring everybody. You know, if
Bring
you don't
the
have the
whole
alcohol,
family.
I'll have it. But just trust me, I'll have alcohol.
That's
Okay,
awesome.
okay.
Yeah.
And then in terms of like speaking of art, you also have been doing a lot of art exhibits as well. So what is that process like when you're preparing for an art exhibit? Do you have like a certain collection that you work on? How do you come up with the pieces for that?
It's contingent upon what the facility want for me. Like one wanted black and white art in particular, so I had to stay up all week and paint black and white. I didn't have it, so I stayed up all week and painted that. Then one just wanted what I do in particular. I was the city of East Orange, where I come from. I was in 2 exhibits in City Hall twice.
Wow.
Yeah, that was I want to say 2019. So 2 of them. So I'm just grateful that people receive my art. Like it's very humbling.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that means the world to me.
That's right. Don't give up.
Yo, you can.
For real.
And I mean, you see like the growth as well in your art. Not only just in your art, but also in your music. I mean, you have the you have 2 BET hits. You actually have the Say It Back that also has a visual well with it.
Come on.
You know what I mean? Like, you got a little bit of that. And then also the Y'all Wives on Me.
Yeah,
joint.
it happens, man.
Okay. I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
Because I think it was so blatant that it's just like, listen, not only is this for the ladies, but they're going to listen to it and we going to vibe off of this. So I thought that was dope. And then you have a new album out, What My Soul Sounds Like.
Yeah.
And so in terms of your new album, that seems like a totally different part of you, I guess I would say.
Yeah, I did. I wasn't really rapping like that. I was rapping for fun, but you know, again, my sister passed, and all I hear, she always used to say to me, she was like, "Yo, your art is beautiful, but what's up with the music?" Like, she didn't really care about the art. She cared about the art, but she see me as a rapper.
Right.
So when she passed away, I just keep hearing her voice. Even today, I still hear her voice. Like, what's up with the music? So I just went as hard as I could. I did stuff that makes me happy, You know, I like the Bad Boy Records music type of sound, so I did a whole album with that same sound.
Yes.
Then I started another one last night for my birthday. I did 2 more songs for a new project, you know. So I just want to, everything's to honor my sister.
Right.
At the end of the day.
I love that.
I know she loved the rap, and I had a hard time getting on TV prior to her passing, and she passed away, and then they reached out to me. I'm like, and she working already, you know. So yeah, I won't stop.
Well, that's what she wants you to do.
I'm gonna do
She
it.
definitely wants you to continue.
I won't
you
stop.
know, don't
I
stop.
will not. You know, I will not. And it makes me happy. It brings me peace. Like for my birthday, I was in the studio and I was the happiest man alive. You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
what I'm
awesome.
talking
Yeah,
about.
appreciate it.
But that's how you know you really love it.
I love it. I want to go back now, actually. But
Let's go right
Right, let's do it. Listen, I'm gonna
wanna
sing
go
on the
back.
track. I got you.
Come
I
on,
got
let's
you.
Go. Let's go.
So, and real quick, I'm just gonna go grab something. Speaking of tracks and music and stuff like that. Give me a quick second. Rosie, hold it down while I'm going. Maybe he'll freestyle or something.
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, freestyle a little bit. Hold on, hold
That's
on.
fine. I got music.
Y'all fuck our bars.
Yeah, I got a little something.
Let me hear it. Let me hear it. Let's see what you got.
Oh, right now?
Yeah, right now. Come on. Let's go.
Let me see how we gonna start this shit. Alright, you tellin' with a titty, feelin' villain, feelin' booty too. Nigga know I'm wild and I style like I'm Groovy Lou. Bitch on the mission, my big glisten like my jewelry do. And I got the juice just like Bishop in the movie do. Oh man. Go on. Hey, y'all call me off guard. I'm drinking my elixir. You know what I'm saying? You heard? I'm drinking, I'm pouring up. It's my birthday.
Happy birthday,
Thank you.
guys. It's his birthday.
Yeah. Tell my homies que lo que mi gente.
Que lo que, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay. You know, I just came to show love for the show with Rosie.
Well, we appreciate you, especially today, Monday, Memorial Day. There was so much traffic, accidents, left and right.
When
oh
it's
my God.
precipitation, people can't drive properly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
Shout
crazy.
out to Sean DJ Black, man. Thank you for the birthday shout out. Shout out to everybody for the birthday love. You know what I mean? I got 1,000 raps. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if this is a PG show or this is an R show. My shit is triple
this
X.
is whatever you want it to be right now, rated
man,
R,
that's
PG-13. Whatever you want it to be, that's what's gonna be.
You know what I'm saying?
No worries.
I'm a triple X artist. But yeah, again, I want to shout out to everybody. I'm grateful for the love and the support at this show. It's a beautiful show. It's a beautiful feng shui. I like the wall art. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful energy. I'm an energy guy.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
Man.
what do you think so far? Like,
Look
what
at
do you
this. They're
feel?
gonna make me cry.
Oh, stop it.
Oh, no.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Drift. Happy birthday to you. Yay!
That's
Make
crazy.
a wish.
Happy birthday!
That's dope.
You want one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, we gonna leave them here so you can snap on them. I'll go get some plates. I got you. Yes, FTV radio stuff.
FTV Radio.
They're gonna have me crying on camera, man.
Oh, you know we had
Thank
to
you,
do
Miss
it.
Lovely. Thank you.
We had
man.
to.
That's
We had
love,
to
man.
do it.
Wow.
You know, it's the
That's
little
dope.
things that matter the most.
You know what I'm saying? Go a long way.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope.
From all of us at
There
FTV
we go.
Radio.
Yeah.
Shout out to FTV Radio, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here we go,
So,
mama.
Man, this is definitely the best birthday I ever Wow.
Well, I'm glad we can do it for you.
I'm
Yes.
glad you got vanilla.
Yes.
Oh.
I cannot eat chocolate.
And I'm the same way. I'm like, I don't like chocolate. But he was like, chocolate.
I'm allergic to it. Like,
Oh.
Okay.
I got a whole cake yesterday and couldn't even enjoy it.
Damn.
Wow, this is chocolate. Gotcha.
Okay. Well, we got
Here you go. Enjoy that beautiful cupcake.
Yes. And so speaking of your birthday, New Year, you got any new projects coming out? Anything on the way?
I'm sorry.
It's okay, no, nothing.
At least you know it's good for real. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I'm working on a new project. What My Soul Sound Like Volume 2. Okay. The first one was for my sister, and it was kind of somber. I'm in a little different space in life now. Like I'm at peace. I'm trying to get adjusted to the new status quo, you know, and just be positive. So I'm working on a new project. Started it yesterday. I did 2 songs. It's very fly, very, 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 very fly.
I'm loving it.
To be alive, you know?
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I love your attitude. Oh my God.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Love it.
And I like the fact that you're doing something constructive with the energy that you have.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think a lot of times you lose yourself. Like I know, not to compare, but I know I lost my best friend Mikey due to senseless violence out in Baltimore, and ever since then I've just been going stupid hard. Like, you know, we started podcasts. I was in a movie. You know, doing my music and stuff like that. Like, I think it shows you how short life really is.
Yeah.
You know
and also, I tell her all the time, an idle mind is the devil's playground.
That's right.
You gotta stay occupied.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Anything that makes you happy, you gotta do more of it. Music makes me elated, so I just double down on the music.
Yes. And you just did a freestyle to the Brooklyn beat. Brooklyn. Yeah, that joint was dope as hell. So definitely.
Yeah, I love the rap. Rap, that's my lifeblood. I love rap. Yeah, that shit, it saved me from a child, even to this day. From childhood to adulthood, it's been saving me, so.
Wow. Yeah. And you trying to do that with other people. I know you have a new label that you're getting ready to release in the summer as well.
Yeah, King Music, you know what I'm saying?
You know the vibes, come get signed.
Yeah, but you gotta be hungry, man, because I don't want to be hungrier than the artist, you know what I'm saying? I've been dealing with that a lot. I'm more excited, I'm more aggressive than the artist. I don't want to deal with that, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to win, and you down to work, and you know you got a positive attitude, I mean, then we could do it.
That's what I'm talking about.
And that's a fact. You gotta stay hungry.
You gotta stay hungry. Like the CEO should not be hungrier than the artist.
Facts.
That's a no-no. You know.
That's
and I'm encountering that too much.
That's right.
Yeah, I think with the platforms and the way that the streaming is nowadays,
it's too easy.
It's hella easy.
It's
I mean,
too easy to become a millionaire. Like, wow, like let's work together.
Exactly.
Then we do everything. Like, can't do everything. You know?
And you gotta invest in yourself.
Oh my God.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I got you. You
gotta invest in yourself.
That
shit is crazy. You have to invest in yourself.
Yes, you have to.
The label wants you to get it from 0 to 60, not 0 to 10 or 5. 0 to 60.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Let's work together.
Exactly. And then I could get you the other 40%.
Come on.
Right.
Come on, man.
Because the 40 is people have access
40
to.
is nothing.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Just do that for me.
And even the artists like you that has so many connections, you've done so many shows with different people, it's interesting to see. Like, it would be ridiculous for artists not to want to learn from you and not to want to be underneath you and invest in themselves. They get offended.
Like, when I say stuff, you know what I'm saying? I only say stuff because I fail so much. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I'm better than anybody. Like, no, I made a mistake here.
Yeah, you talk from experience.
Yeah.
So when I say it, then the chest go poked out like, oh, you better not. It's not. No, my friend, I'm telling you so you don't fuck up like I did.
Right. Exactly. I'm trying to save you.
I'm trying to save you, Eddie, but it never. So now just shut up.
Yeah, some people just want to learn the hard way.
Yeah. If you're gonna be stubborn, then we do it that way. Yeah.
And you can see the difference. If you don't put in the work, you don't put in the effort, you will fail. You know what I mean?
Fail. Like, ain't nobody coming to save you. It ain't no miracle coming. You gotta get out there and get your hands dirty.
Yeah. And you gotta have multiple streams. Like, one thing I did want to talk to you about before we headed up out of here was the fact that not only do you make art, you do sipping paints, you also are in art exhibits, but you also make art clothes. Like, you have apparel out here ready for these people to buy, and I respect it.
Nice love,
and it's dope. Absolutely.
Thank you very much. I just love to create. I'm a creative. I just learned I was a creative last year. Like,
Okay.
I didn't know that was a thing. Like that's a thing. Like,
yes.
You know what I mean? I just born to. I want to do fly shit.
That's
I can
awesome.
say fly shit.
Yeah, you
Yes,
can say
you
fly
wanna
shit.
do fly shit.
You want to do fly shit. You know?
This shit.
I just want to do fly shit, man.
That's
Right.
what I'm
I
talking
don't
about.
want no problem. I just want to do fly
Just,
shit around
that's
the clock.
right.
That's all.
Oh yeah. And so if somebody wanted to purchase your artwork or your apparel, where can they find it?
DriftArtandMusic.com. DriftArtandMusic.com. DriftArtandMusic.com.
And what's the Instagram for it as well?
I don't have an Instagram for my website, but
Okay.
you know my personal page is linked to everything, the music and the website, everything. So
Okay.
Hey, y'all heard the man.
Yes, and all of your music can be found on all platforms.
yep, everything, every streaming there is, even Napster. I sit on Napster. Too.
Hey.
Everything.
Everything.
Hey.
You can get it for free. Hell yeah, that is dope. Well, thank y'all so much for coming hanging out with
us.
us.
Y'all gave me birthday flavor and everything.
Yes.
That's
So,
dope.
definitely
I
feel
thank
free.
y'all. Oh, this coming with me. Don't even worry
Yes.
about it. If you were trying to tell me, I was
Yes.
taking it anyway.
No, it's coming.
All right.
Yes, we
Thank
really
you.
do appreciate
Thank
you
y'all.
and your
You guys are
lovely wife
awesome.
for coming.
Yes.
Thank you
Y'all
so
awesome.
much.
Thank you very much. Yeah, and happy birthday to me.
Yes, happy birthday.
Shout out to the show.
Thank you. Hey, all right, guys. Y'all heard him.
Yes. So we're going to switch gears right now and go over to the next guest. But thank you again just for coming.
Man. That right there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, almost
You're
had me.
gonna come back.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, you're
Yeah,
gonna
Yeah,
come
he's
back.
like, if you don't cry on TV, no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make this nigga cry for
I was
real.
about to cry just now. Like,
He's like, yo, they got me cake, my nigga.
I'm like, yo, what you with, man?